Hey, good morning. Happy Saturday. We have more mutants. Hey, Ron Talks Table Talk. Let's go. You're hoping to play some this weekend. I hope you get to play some as well. They are really cool. Hey, Strange Solutions, how you doing? More mutants. Let's do it. Let's do it. Oh man, I'm so excited. So yesterday we did the unboxing for Mutant Genesis. Hey, good morning. How's it going? Welcome. We did the unboxing for Mutant Genesis, for Cyclops, and then for Phoenix. B. Holland, morning. You literally just finished up last night's stream. Well, what good timing. That's excellent timing. I love it. Awesome. That was a good one. That was a long one. I think I hit end and it was like it was a little bit over 4 hours. So it was pushing kind of one of the longest streams that we've done, but that's absolutely perfect because this is what I like doing, and 4 hours of mutants is almost not enough, which is why we're back today. So we did the unboxing and then we played 2 games with Jean Grey, with Phoenix. We did our protection and we did our aggression game. So we are going to finish it off. We're going to do the justice game first, then roll right into leadership, and then we're going to play Colossus. So we're going to play Colossus through the 4 games. So assuming that we don't get bogged down and, you know, one of the games takes multiple hours or something, we should be getting 6 games in of mutants this morning. And so I am so pumped. We are playing Phoenix against the Mansion Attack, which is the 4th scenario in the Mutant Genesis campaign. I have not played the Mutant Genesis campaign. I played it for the first time last night because Brant from Step Into the Portal, if you have not checked him out, you should definitely do that. He is on YouTube. Told me that this was a excellent kind of deck tester villain or scenario, and I totally agree. I think that this scenario right here is going to be one of my go-tos because of the multiple different villains that it provides, and then how it has you kind of look at multiple aspects of the game. And so we're going to play through Phoenix with 2 more games on Mansion Attack. We will switch up the modular sets in these next 2 games, and then when we switch over to Colossus, we're going to find a new villain for us to play there. So this campaign, okay, so I figured out the schedule. So we're doing this today. So we're finishing up Phoenix and Colossus today. Tomorrow will be Shadowcat. Tomorrow morning, same time, same place, 10 a.m. will be Shadowcat. And then Monday at 10 a.m. we will be doing the Cyclops. After that, on Tuesday, starting on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, at least those days we'll be doing the Mutant Genesis campaign. And so I'm hoping to do 2 games on Tuesday, 2 games on Wednesday, and then the finale on Thursday. That's kind of what it's shaping up to look like. So I'm going to put out a poll on YouTube maybe later today on voting who I should play through the campaign with. It's going to be one of the 4 mutants, but I want to get input to see who people want to see run through the campaign. And yeah, some other notable things coming up. We've got what am I trying to think of? We got, I think, assuming that everyone is still able to do it, we have another 4-player team up. So we did a 4-player team up against Mutagen Formula a couple of weeks ago. We're going to do another one. We're going to be taking on Venom Goblin, Expert Venom Goblin, with 4 players. That should be Wednesday night. I am hoping that's still on. I will keep you all updated. And then on Friday, we're starting another run through Dunwich with Professor Meg. So Professor Meg and I will be running through Dunwich together. So that's kind of there's a lot going on. It's an exciting time for Marvel Champions. It's an exciting time for LCGs. At some point also, I'm hoping that I can find a slot, and it may be Monday night. I'm still trying to figure out to do a little stream, because I also, when I went to get the mutant stuff from my FLGS, they also had the Scarlet Keys Investigator expansion. So I do want to do an unboxing of that. That may be Monday night. We will see, and I'll keep everyone updated. But mutants come first because that's my first passion, but we will unbox the Scarlet Keys expansion at some point as well. Alrighty, all of that housekeeping out of the way, let's look at Justice. So Justice with Phoenix has a 3 thwart before she becomes unleashed, and so it's kind of a playing to her strengths situation. You're sorting Scarlet Keys as you watch. Nice. Is it a good? Do you like the expansion? I of the 3, I am less familiar with Scarlet Key or with Arkham Horror, and I am not. I'm starting to get to where I can understand and recognize good cards and combos and all of that, but I don't know if I would be able to rate it very well, but I'm curious to know what you think. So Phoenix has a 3 thwart when she becomes unleashed, and so she has this Phoenix Force, which is a really interesting and cool mechanic where after you removed all 4 or all of the counters from Phoenix Force, it flips over to the Unleashed. She at that point gets -2 thwart and +2 attack. So she can switch into becoming a very, very aggressive build. At that point, a lot of her cards do get a lot better. They do a lot more damage, they apply status effects, so there is a pretty big benefit to being in Unleashed form. However, her obligation and her... yeah, I think it's just her obligation gets pretty bad because it can pull in her Nemesis, which is horrendous. Nemesis is the only Nemesis that we've seen that adds an alternate loss condition, which is a really cool scenario. But in solo, I like when I'm building a hero for solo play, I like to try and complement their strengths. So you can't just do all of the thwarting because at some point you're going to need to do damage. And so when I'm looking at building a hero that leans into a certain aspect or already does a certain aspect really well in their entire kit, that'd be Justice, and thwarting with Phoenix, then I look for cards that do damage or kind of lean into doing that super well. And so that would be cards like Pivotal Moment, right? So Pivotal Moment says deal 2 damage to the villain or 5 damage instead if there's no threat on the main scheme. So these kind of cards kind of lean into, so Phoenix is doing what she wants to be doing, taking threat off, and then Pivotal Moment can lean into that as well. So that's kind of what we're looking at. Also, I just realized, so Passion for Justice is one of our new cards. So it's a resource card, and it says when you spend this card to play a thwart event, that event removes 1 additional threat. So there is a couple of things that you can cheese with that, like multitasking, so that becomes a 3 and 3. But I also realized that just makes clear the area like really good because it's removed 2 threat from a scheme, that becomes 3 threat from a scheme, and you get to draw a card if it removes the last one. So pretty cool. Looks good so far. I like the customizable cards more than I expected. I'm not a pro deck builder, but I have fun with it. Nice. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. Okay, so let's look at this. So I want to try and mess with this mission training. I think that's kind of what I want to build this deck around. Mission training says that attached ally gets +1 thwart and +2 hit points. It has to be attached to an X-Men ally, which we do have some X-Men allies, but I was hoping it would be nice to be able to attach it to Jack Flag, and we can do that with Honorary X-Men. That's a lot of setup though. But Jack Flag wants to be thwarting, and so whenever, or actually Daredevil, after Daredevil thwarts, deal 1 damage to him, or deal 1 damage to an enemy. And so at that point, he can thwart for 3. He has 5 health, so he can thwart, and every time he's thwarting, he's dealing a damage. It would be cool to set it up so that you could get the, you know what, let's just try it. Why not? Like that just seems fun. So let's try that, where we get Honorary X-Men on Daredevil, and then we can get mission training. Oh, and Honorary X-Men would also pump up his health. Okay, why not? I have not used Daredevil in a hot second, so let's try Daredevil. So we're gonna build around Daredevil. So with Daredevil, we may also grab some of these other allies, but let's grab the pieces of the puzzle that we need for Daredevil. We want to grab mission training. I had to rearrange my my box over here to fit, because now all the villains don't fit in one row, and like my muscle memory reaches to the wrong spot now. It's gonna take a little bit of time getting used to. Okay, so mission training. Let's grab 2 copies of that. We're going to want to grab, we'll grab this strength, energy, and genius. I want to grab, what am I thinking? Danger Room and Endurance. So Danger Room allows us to, after an X-Men ally enters play. Oh wait, no, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. I don't know if this is gonna work, y'all. This is a lot of setup. I don't know if that's gonna work super well. It would be cool, but let's just see what we can do with the X-Men allies, because I'm afraid that if we push the game that long, we're gonna run into some issues. So let's do Blindfold. I think Blindfold's an auto include in a Phoenix Justice deck. There's my muscle memory reaching to the wrong spot again. Because after Blindfold enters play, look at the top 5 cards of the encounter deck, discard one of those cards and put the rest back in the same order. So what you do not want to do with Phoenix is draw her Nemesis, or draw her Shadows, or draw her Obligation if you are in Unleashed form, and so Blindfold can help out with that. Let's grab Banshee, because we do have some nasty minions in here. Plus I just want to try and use some of the new cards. The other thing that we want to do, or grab, and this is something I realized after the stream, so I was kind of confused if I liked Psychic Manipulation. Let me move this up a little bit. Psychic Manipulation. So this is play only if your identity has the psionic trait, and then when the villain schemes, this activation removes threat instead of placing it. And I didn't realize that this was not a hero interrupt. This is an interrupt that you can play on your alter ego side, which makes it a lot more playable. The Brant, glad you enjoyed Mansion Attack. Might I suggest Knight of the Sentinels today? Sure. Yeah. So what I'm doing is I'm playing through the same villain with the heroes, and so what I'll do is I will, when we go to Colossus, I'll switch to Knight of the Sentinels. So that'll be fun. How much does it mess with the whole game? Psychic Manipulation, where are we at? There we go. Like, does it change a whole ton? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. The other thing about having your allies with the additional thwart, it does let you, ooh, let's do Storm. I feel like Storm is gonna work out well here. Let's do Cerebro, Utopia. The basic package is just so good. Team building, Professor X. I feel like if there is any aspect that we didn't need Professor X, that'd probably be Justice, but I mean, he's still just really solid. And you can write an X-Men character instead of confusing if you wanted to do that. Let's go ahead and just drop those guys in. It's a lot more like Taskmaster. It does have an alternate loss condition. It does not let you jump block. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, that sounds fun. Let's try it. Okay, so we've got Agile Flight. So what I'm wondering here, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. We may cut those trainings 2, 4, 6. I'm wondering if one way or another is a good play here. If we pull a one way or another build, we can start drawing a ton of cards, and Storm gets really good then. So Storm allows you to move threat, so you can take care of that of the side scheme pretty easily with one way or another. Let's do a let's just run into the pivotal moment side. Do 2 of those. That's our damage. That's a lot of damage. Sauce is your hero and any number of X-Men allies. Remove X threat from among schemes in play where X is the total thwart of those characters. That seems really good. I'm trying to stay away from one way or another just because I feel like that's an archetype that I lean into so frequently. And so it's like I kind of want to try some other stuff. So I'm trying to do the whole keep the main scheme clear to deal damage archetype. And so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8. I'm wondering, we like Marvel Girl here. Is there another? We go Colossus. Let's go Colossus in downtime. I think at this point, Power on All of Us is probably in play. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is just a really expensive deck. 5, 6, 6, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards that are gray. So we're spreading out pretty significantly on our cost curve here. If you look at the gray cards, we have a lot of really expensive gray cards and a lot of really expensive yellow cards. And so that can get a little tricky because what power-ups do you run, and are you going to have the right money at the right time? Brant, one way or another, is very strong in solo because the threat is so low. In multiplayer, you pull a scheme in 6. Yeah, yes, absolutely. I mean, 3 cards for a side scheme, I will take that almost any day, especially if you have a 3 thwart hero, right? Most of the side schemes that you're pulling in are going to have 2 to 5 thwart, and if you're building a one way or another deck, you are going to be able to take care of that. And it's, if you run like Followed, if you run Turn the Tide, if you run Clear the Area, if you run Skilled Investigator, you almost want side schemes to come out. And so that just, it's putting a problem that is actually a good thing in front of you. And one way or another in solo is just bonkers good. It's so good, especially because you're increasing your hand size by 40%. So I'm going to flip back here just because sometimes I like to look at gray cards to make sure that I'm not missing anything that we did not put in any of the other decks, especially the new heroes like Game Time. Choose an ally with a training upgrade attached, ready that ally and heal 1 damage from it. I feel like that would have been really... Hey Sharingan, hello, how you doing? Francis, I still find it odd that side scheme threat scales but minion health rarely does. That is true. I don't know why they made that decision. Huh. I don't know. Game Time feels like a very... I'm gonna be interested in that, and maybe our leadership. Let's focus on like the training. Or do we have a training? Yeah, we do. I feel like a training leadership build with Game Time would be pretty fun. Soul Sisters. We don't have Storm yet. Well, we are running Storm. I don't like running team up cards with the allies. That's just a lot of setup. X Mansion, don't need that. If you're running solo, run Crew Quarters. Alrighty, I think that's it. Okay. So nothing that we missed really. Psychic Manipulation. These are so expensive. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I'm probably gonna cut mission training. I think we're probably fine without mission training. Downtime, Pivotal Moment, Professor X, Team Building Exercise. Team Building Exercise in Phoenix is so good because she has the psionic trait and so many. I think we counted last night, it was 10 cards the Team Building Exercise in her kit pays for. That's an auto include. Cerebro is really good for us, especially because Phoenix inserts her entire deck for a X-Men. And so I'm thinking what we probably want to do, you know what, let's just run one way or another. I keep saying it, but 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. The deck is so expensive. Phoenix's kit is actually really expensive too, right? You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 cards over 2 or more cost. That's a lot. That is really significant. So let's run one way or another. Let's see where that gets us. So one way or another puts us at 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 23 cards. I think we can probably cut. Let's cut Professor X just because he's going to be in like all of our decks. So let's run a deck without him just to see how it works. Got Downtime, which is good. Colossus. That's our damage, but we'll cut Colossus because we're going to lean into more threat mitigation and then use her cards to deal the damage. So Pivotal Moment is, we'll cut Pivotal Moment. So we'll just put those back. I like how I talked myself into it. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. I believe Psychic Manipulation is pretty good. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay. And then one way or another also helps us pay for all those cards. Okay, so we have, what did I say? 9, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. So let's do a... And also take a look at, I mean, this is for probably like 6 at the most. 6 at the most. Looking at 4. I'm looking at kind of what we're looking at threat wise. We could go Overwatch and go grab more allies and just kind of flood the table with allies. That feels pretty good. We will want to run a Skilled Investigator. Skilled Investigator is a really solid boost for the one way or another build. So once you get that down, you can draw cards once you take care of it, take care of the scheme. So let's look at... I kind of want to run a Passion for Justice, but we have so many money cards already. I think this is 20, 2, 4, 6. Yeah. So we could go Yaw and roll because we will have Aerial. Although the last 2 games, my Phoenix suit was at the very bottom of my deck, and so I'm just assuming that's what's going to happen from now on. Let's run Justice Served because, as Brant was saying last night, getting her ready is really good. So let's run Justice Served. We'll run one of those. Let's run... Yeah, 4 more spots. So this is a question I actually had. I wonder if anyone knows. I posted it in the Discord. I'm not sure. It looks like maybe some people have answered, but I'm just going to ask. So even the odds. So this is a remove 1 threat per player from each side scheme. Deal 1 damage to the villain for each side scheme defeated this way. So what if you combine that with Passion for Justice? Does it become remove 1 threat per player plus 1, or is it 2 threat per player from each side scheme? I think it's 1 threat per player plus 1. Passion for Justice says when you spend this card to play a thwart event, that event removes 1 additional threat. And so I think it's probably the worst case scenario there. Or not worst case, but like not the OP case scenario. But it actually makes it a little bit more playable in like a lower player count game. Let's go clear the area. We could go now. Let's go chance encounter. I feel like that seems like the most fun. If we go chance encounter, then we can start pulling in some more allies and get the allies on the table. Also, just her kit is really solid. So if we can just one way or another. Had to step out. Looks like Phoenix Justice. You are correct. We are going Phoenix Justice to start us out today. Running 245. There's our 25 cards. Daredevil did not make the cut. Place him over here. Okay. I need a mod set. Let's do... Let's do the Acronauts. Why not? Let's try it. Let's see what happens. So we were just running Mystique last night, but we'll start switching up that mod set just a little bit. We can pull this right about there. We start on the restrained side with 4 counters. These can be used as wild resources while we are in hero form, and once we remove the last one, we go crazy. We go crazy. Uh-oh. Get some of these turned around. It used to not bother me, but then people started commenting saying, like, it bothers me so much that the cards are turned different ways. I'm like, okay. And now, like, I've started trying to fix it, and now it bothers me if they are. Okay. We'll start that right there. So, Strange Solutions, did you get to get any more plays of Phoenix in, or any of the other mutants in since last night? Also, I am really excited. It is confirmed that they are installing fiber to my house. So, excited about that upgrade in the internet. They put out signs and everything on how to sign up for it. So, they tore up my front yard, but it's a small price to pay to get fiber to the house. Just like came out and parked like a huge tractor on the front grass, and like now the grass is just all dead. I was like, ah, bummer. Sadly, no. I have a lot going on today. Actually, we'll only be on here for an hour or so. Yeah, well, hope you have fun. Okay, so actually, before we draw into this, we're gonna do the Brotherhood Strikes. So we put the save the school. We're gonna do standard mode, so we have to kill 2 of these villains. Shuffle all copies of the main scheme 2A and put them under the scheme. Each one of these 2As messes with it's like an environment. It's like the City in Chaos, or no, not that one. Streets of Mayhem, I believe, where it has like the environments that does something different and affects all the characters. I really like that. And we'll shuffle these. Hopefully we don't get Toad. I hate Toad. I hate all of them, actually, I think. Oh, we got Blob. Okay, so Blob starts with 16. And after Blob attacks and damages the character, stun that character. When revealed, deal each player a face down encounter card. Advance to the next card in the scheme. And so attack on Xavier's the basketball court. Okay, so each ally and minion gains toughness. So add this scheme to the victory display when completed, and then if we have 3 schemes in the victory display, we lose the game. This starts with 1. And here we go. Alrighty, so we got Cerebro right off the back and a skilled investigator with a Utopia. Love it. The only thing that could probably be better is if we had a one way or another to start us out. We don't want to mind control. We don't have any minions to kind of take over. We don't need a telepathic trickery that removes 4 threat. Right now we're looking at 1. If we drew into one way or another, we may want to keep that. And then we got a chance encounter. I'm going to go ahead and toss the chance encounter because we have Cerebro. And so we'll mulligan into 3 new cards, which we got telekinetic attack, Banshee, and one way. There's the one way or another. There's the one way or another. Alrighty. Oops, need to start an alter ego. So let's go ahead and toss the attack to play Cerebro. So Cerebro says play only if you have the mutant traits, which Jean Grey does. Alter ego action, we can exhaust Cerebro, search the top 5 cards of your deck for an X-Men ally, or if you have the psionic, if you control a psionic character, search your whole deck and add that ally to your hand. We are gonna go grab Storm, I think. Mainly I just want to see how Storm works. The problem is we may not be able to pay for her. That's the issue. Storm's expensive. She's a 4 cost because we do have the X-Men or mutant trait, so she reduces that cost by 1. But I'm interested to see how she works with the one way or another. Hopefully we draw into some money. We also have a resource here for Phoenix Force, so there is that. So we'll take Storm into our hand. Let's go ahead and flip up to Phoenix. We will play one way or another to go ahead and search the deck. Ooh, actually, no, check this out. This works out well because we can grab the side scheme. Where are you? Protect the students? Nope, not that one. Under Siege. So place 3 threat on this scheme for each Brotherhood of Mutants character in play. Right now there's only 1 Brotherhood of Mutants character, so we're going to place 3 threat on the scheme. But there are Brotherhood of Mutant characters as minions, so getting that out early is actually pretty nice. Then we get to draw 3 cards. Draw a Psychic Blast, Telepathic Trickery, and a clear the area. Actually, that is not super great. Because we have a 3 thwart, and so we take care of this. I kind of wish we hadn't grabbed that, but here we go. Let's go with Skilled Investigator. Well, we got to clear the area for the basketball court, actually, so we're good. We will spend 1 from Phoenix Force to clear the area on the basketball court, which will allow us to draw a card into a Genius. That's what we were looking for. We're looking for that money. Alrighty. I guess Storm doesn't need to be played now because of this Under Siege, or like because we don't have a side scheme, but it will help us as we draw into more more one way or another. She moves a lot of threat. So let's actually see how this works. We can't play Utopia. That got exhausted. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's just do it for fun. Genius, Telepathic Trickery, and a Psychic Blast to play Storm. And then we will leave her where she's at. Phoenix will go ahead and thwart away the Under Siege. So that's going to clear. Oh, actually now Skilled Investigator triggers into a Psychic Blast. Okay, so I misplayed that because what we should have done is we should have done that first. Then we could have played Utopia and then readied up Phoenix whenever we threw Storm onto the table. But here we are. Let's go ahead and toss and just start building for Utopia. So we've got response after an X-Men ally enters play, exhaust Utopia, ready an X-Men character. Alrighty, so there we go. Let's go ahead and unexhaust. We're gonna leave Storm out there for future, and we'll see how our one way or another draws go. There's team building exercise, chance encounter, rise from the ashes, Cyclops 2, 4, 5, telekinetic attack. Okay. So we're gonna place one threat here on the main. Blob is going to attack us for 2 plus a boost card. Blob also has tough, which I missed. I think I missed that last night too. So he's tough. So he's going to attack us. We are going to take the hit, which we will become stunned. It's a 0. We could have defended and actually been fine, but we'll take 2 damage. And then after Blob attacks us, we become stunned. And Storm actually has toughness because each ally and minion have tough. So whenever we played Storm, we did get to place a tough status card on her. So actually, in that case, I'm going to have Storm would have defended. The tough goes away, and then my stun goes away. So we're good. We're good. Okay. We're resolving 2 encounter cards. The first one being Assault. The villain attacks me. Okay, well, there you go. So the villain's going to be attacking me for 2. I'm going to take it to the face. 2 plus 1 is 3. So I'll just reduce my health by 1 because I forgot to add it back. And then now I am absolutely stunned. Second encounter card is Wild Run. When revealed, discard 1 card at random from your hand. Of course. We will re-roll a 6 starting at the top. 3. Rise from the Ashes. Probably was not playing that anyways. And we've got Wild Run. Hey buddy, how you doing? Back to my turn. Let's go ahead and attack to just knock off this stun. We're going to use one of these counters and toss a chance encounter for a team building exercise. Just get some more money out there. Then let's roll down. We'll use Cerebro to search our deck for an X-Men ally. Blindfold is good. What I should have done, I should have added Angel in there for a 2-coster for like situations like this. I think Banshee is actually my only one, right? Alrighty. Okay, so Banshee Blindfold is my only one, so we'll take Blindfold into our hand. Team building exercise is a hero action. Actually, so knowing that, for some reason I didn't think that was a hero action. We're gonna just use that next turn. So we'll shuffle this back in, and we'll just grab her next turn. And we're gonna hang on to Cyclops and toss Telekinetic Attack. Okay, so we will ready, draw into 6. Got Mental Paralysis, Psychic Manipulation, there we go. The Power in All of Us, Downtime 2, 4, 5, and Telekinetic Shield. I love Telekinetic Shield. This card is so good. So good. So we're going to place one threat there. Blob's going to scheme for 1. I do have a Psychic Manipulation. That is really expensive for me right now. I'm just going to let Blob scheme for 1 plus 1. If the villain is Blob, give an additional boost card. So it's 1. Give this enemy 2 more boost cards. Oh my goodness. So 3. The enemy villain is Avalanche. It is not. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right there, we push. Oof. I was not expecting him to flip a 5 boost. Something they have done in this game that they did really well, did not in Arkham, is make the neutral cards so good. Yeah, neutral cards I think are too good. That's my hot take. I think neutral cards are too good. I know Tony Tales, who's YouTube, he does. I agree with that. What he was saying. So each character gets +1 attack. This starts with 1, and then Wild Run is going to add a second. Okay, well that just happened. That was something fun that just happened. And then we got Pyromaniac. If Pyro activates against you, if he's not in play, search the encounter deck and discard Pyro for Pyro Minion and reveal him. This set is so cool. I keep saying that, but this set is really cool. Alrighty, so we got Pyro. So after Pyro attacks you, discard the top 2 cards of your deck. Take 1 indirect damage for each resource printed that way. Okay. Now it's my turn. See, Psychic Manipulation would have been awesome there. We could have prevented that whole thing. But here we are. Okay, so now we're gonna go Cerebro to go grab our Blindfold. We're at 6 health. We do have our Telekinetic Shield, which I want to prioritize getting out. So let's flip, because I think I need to go Unleashed at some point soon. I was really kind of hoping that we could grab a one way or another. The fact that we have 2 one way or another's and like the bottom third of our deck is a little not super great. We have this Power in All of Us, which isn't doing anything for us either. So let's go ahead and just we'll thwart this off the courtyard. Actually, we have +1 attack. Forgot that. Everyone has +1 attack right now. So with that being said, let's toss Psychic Manipulation and Power in All of Us to put out the shield. Definitely want to prioritize getting that out, and then we can figure out what to do with these cards. So we have +1 attack, so we could take care of Wild Run, but I feel like Pyro is probably the bigger issue here. So let's go ahead and have Phoenix attack for 2. So we're gonna deal 2 damage to Pyro. We're going to go Team Building Exercise, remove 1 Phoenix Force, and toss a downtime for Cyclops. When we play Cyclops, we're going to exhaust Utopia to ready Phoenix. When Cyclops enters play, place 2 power counters on Phoenix Force. And then whenever he leaves play, we remove 2 counters. And so we may immediately go into Unleashed form, which is kind of exciting. So Cyclops is sitting here. We will have Phoenix attack again to kill Pyro. We will have Cyclops and Storm kill Wild Run. And we have Blindfold, Mental Paralysis. We're going to toss a Mental Paralysis and ready up. Hopefully we can grab, there's a Strength, there's another team building exercise, powering all of us for the team building exercise. Come on, give me a one way or another. Phoenix Firebird, okay. What we're hoping now is maybe we kill off Cyclops. If we kill off Cyclops, then we can go Unleashed and then start going crazy. But until then, we've got 1 going on here. Blob's going to attack me. I'll take it to the face. 2+1. If the villain is Toad, give him an additional. He is not. So my shield has a forced response, so I have to place 3 there. So I was not damaged, therefore I am not stunned. I step away for a minute and all the minions are gone. Yeah, they everyone has +1 attack. I was able to attack with Storm for 3, Cyclops for 3, killing one of them, and Phoenix I attacked with twice for 2 to kill Pyro because I was able to ready her with Utopia. The teamwork in this, like the X-Men, is just really cool. I love it. Encounter card, Death Knot 9000. We got Toughness and Villainous. Okay. Man, my one way or another's are in these bottom cards, which probably means, hey, Trapid, how's it going? Okay, so let's go ahead and power in all of us for a second copy of Team Building Exercise. Teamwork was the goal for Caleb when he designed X-Men among most your, yeah, it shows. It so very well shows, and it's pretty sweet. I like it a lot. I am a big fan. Alrighty, okay, so here we go. We're gonna thwart 3 off of the main here. We are going to have Cyclops take off this Tough. And I forgot to give Cyclops the Tough card too. But, oh wait, no, because we're at +1 attack now. I actually don't know if that was before or after, but we're fine there. Okay, so Cyclops goes there. We are going to spend 1 counter. Yeah, okay. I'm trying to think. Okay, let's go. We could kill Death Knot if we go Unleashed right now. I'm wondering if that's what we do. Do we go Unleashed right now? Seems kind of fun. Seems kind of fun. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's go Team Building Exercise and a Strength to play for Blindfold. So after Blindfold enters play, look at the top 5 cards in the encounter deck, discard 1 of those cards, and put the rest back in the same order. So we have Brotherhood Beatdown, King's Chosen, Toad, Immovable, and Shadows of the Past. So we're going to discard Shadows of the Past because that is really what we don't want to be doing. So we're going to get Brotherhood Beatdown for a 2 boost, King's Chosen, Insight 1, and then we get a Temporal Minion, which is a little annoying actually. So if we go here, this would be boost, this would be encounter, this would be boost, and Shadows would be encounter. Actually, yeah, we would deck out, so we would definitely get Shadows. I don't want to get Shadows. I kind of do just to see what happens, but now you go Unleashed. Yeah, so now that we've nixed Shadows and we know we're safe for about 2 turns, I think Unleashed is the way to go. So Blindfold enters play. When Blindfold enters play, we did that, and then we're going to exhaust Utopia to ready Cyclops. With Cyclops ready, we are going to that didn't work how I wanted it to. Oh no, that's fine. That's fine. With Cyclops ready, we're going to spend a resource from Phoenix Force to play Phoenix Firebird. Remove 1 power counter from Phoenix Force to ready Phoenix. So we'll ready up Phoenix. Now we will attack with Cyclops to deal 3 damage to Death Knot. Cyclops dies. When Cyclops dies, we remove 2 counters from Phoenix Force. Removing the last counter does flip over to Unleashed form. So now we have -2 thwart and +2 attack. So we will then swing with Phoenix against Death Knot to kill Death Knot. We have a 2 boost coming in. Yeah. Okay. We will have Blindfold just knock this tough off. She has +1 attack because of our main scheme here. And then we'll start going crazy next turn. The 2 attack, it's going to be 4, so we'll soak that with the shield. Blindfold can take the next hit, so I'm feeling pretty good. Okay, here we go. So we'll ready up. Draw 5 cards, probably a one way or another in there. Phoenix Suit, Justice Served, clear the area. Psychic Manipulation, no one way or another. No one way or another still. The 2 of my one way or anothers are in the bottom 5 of my deck. That's crazy. That is crazy. Alrighty, we'll place 1 here on the courtyard. Blob's going to attack me. We'll take it to the face. 2+2. Did not see that coming. All 4 of it goes onto the shield. Then we look and check, and there is more than 5, so the shield gets discarded. That is also nice because we're about to shuffle, and getting that shield back into our hand, that's great. Blindfold should still get a consequential damage. Oh yeah. Sometimes I just forget. Okay, so encounter card for us is Change Codes Chosen. So in Sight 1, and we're going to discard cards until we get a temporal minion. Oh my goodness, all of my side schemes are going away. When revealed, discard an ally or support I control. Ooh. We will toss We'll toss one of these team building exercises. Alrighty. Now it is our turn. Let's go. Okay, so we will... Do we lose all of our side schemes? We got 1, 2... 3. So we have one more of... We have at least one more, and then we have the temporal side schemes in there as well. So we're good. We're good. So let's go ahead and toss a Psychic Manipulation to play Clear the Area. To draw a card. It is a one way or another. We'll go ahead and play one way or another. To go find a side scheme. The Brotherhood. Each Brotherhood of Mutants minions gets Quick Strike. Ooh. So that would be a 5. This would be a 3. So let's go ahead and put Under Siege out onto the table. Then we'll draw 3 cards. We got an Endurance. We got a one way or another. And we got a Phoenix Firebird. One way or another is once per round, so we cannot use that. Let's do a... Oh, I cleared the area up here. Okay. I was like, what did I do with my clear the area? So Under Siege has 3 on it. I would like to be able to use Phoenix to take care of Under Siege, so I can get the skilled investigator, but I don't think that's going to work out the way that I want it to. Which is fine. So we will use Storm to thwart 2 off of here, and then we'll remove 2 threat to the main, which takes care of Under Siege. Oh, this is after a side scheme is defeated. For some reason, I thought it was after you. Okay, so we get to draw into energy, dealing ourselves an encounter card. Yay, X-Men! Hey, Silent Owl. How many games have you played since it's dropped yesterday? So I did an unboxing yesterday. We played 2 games with Phoenix in Aggression and in Protection. This is the first game today, which is Justice. We're going to play Justice Leadership right after this one, and then we are going to go into playing 4 games with Colossus. So not as many as I wanted to. I sat there and oogled at the cards for a long time after the stream last night. Have you picked it up yet? We've been able to play it? Okay, so Phoenix is there. We will just go ahead and kill this guy. So we have 4 attack. Let's go ahead and use an energy to play a Phoenix suit. So right now I have the Unleash trait, so I get Retaliate 1. Let's toss a Justice Serve to play a Phoenix Firebird to place 2 power counters on Phoenix Force. We will use one of these and toss. What are we at? We're at 6 health. Toss Endurance to play White Hot Room. It's at 1. I'm feeling pretty good if we flip down. So we'll roll down, and we'll use White Hot Room to heal 2 health. I haven't gotten it yet. You prefer to oogle other people's cards. I usually play with Paul, so make him buy and sleeve everything for you. Yep, that's fair. That's very fair. Alrighty, we'll use Cerebro next turn. And we're going to hang on to this one way or another, because there's a 6th threat, which we will be able to take care of. So we'll draw into a Clear the Air. We'll definitely be able to take care of it. Hey, there's our team building exercise back. Chance encounter 2, 4. Another Clear the Area. Sweet. And a Psychic Blast. Let's go. Hey, Cassian. Okay, we're going to place 1 here. Blob is going to scheme for 1+1. Exhaust the character you control. There you go, Blindfold. You get exhausted. So that's going to be 2 more threat onto the courtyard. We're resolving 2 encounter cards. The first one being, oh no, there's one of our side schemes, the Anachronauts. Shuffle each temporal card in the encounter discard pile into the encounter deck when defeated. Oof, and that has one of these more cards. Then Mutant Terrorist. When revealed, search the encounter deck and discard pile for the Brotherhood side scheme and reveal it. Oh no, I think that's our last side scheme. Since we get to search, we can look. Oh, we do have 1 more Anachronauts. So that comes with 5. So maybe one way or another is not the right play here. Hey, Brasso, is this the standalone or the campaign? Right now, we're just doing standalone. We're playing through every single mutant in all 4 of the different aspects. So right now, this is our 3rd game with Phoenix, playing with Justice. We have Leadership next, and then we're going to be moving into Colossus. We're starting the campaign on Tuesday morning at 10 a.m. That's when we will start the actual Mutant Genesis campaign. Alrighty then. So now it is my turn. We have 2 of these out. We have so many encounter cards. So many encounter cards. Strange Solutions, do you know who you're gonna take through the I don't. So I'm going to post later today on my YouTube a poll, so people will be able to vote on who they want to see me take through the campaign. So at this point, what I probably will do, just so I can get a good feel for all of the heroes, I'm going to there's only one X-Men leadership ally, Beast. He's pretty sweet too. I like Beast. But there's a lot of gray ones, so that's good. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to build a deck, and I'm gonna stream whatever the community votes on to take through the campaign. I'm gonna do that. Then what I will do, probably off screen, is I'm gonna play through all 3 of the other heroes through the same encounter, probably with, you know, a different, if we go protection or whatever aspect that we choose, I'll probably do the other 3 with the other heroes off screen, just because like it takes me a lot more time when I'm playing and explaining and talking. So I'm going to do all of that just so that I can get more games under my belt for my analysis video. So I don't want to just play 4 games and then go talk with them. I want to kind of play through the campaign with each one. So I'll play through with all of them, but we'll stream one of them, and then later we'll probably stream some more. So okay, so let's go ahead and use Cerebro to go find probably Cyclops, I'm thinking. Banshee, no, we don't want Banshee. Okay, so Cyclops is our option, so we'll take Cyclops. We are going to, we're at 8. We'll use White Hot Room to heal 1, mainly because, actually no, we'll use White Hot Room not to heal, but to add 1 counter to Phoenix Force. Then we're gonna flip up to Phoenix. Yes, we're gonna flip up to Phoenix. We're gonna use 1 plus team building exercise plus Psychic Blast to play Cyclops. Actually, first, before we do that, let's before we play Cyclops, I want to use Phoenix for something. I think that's just going to be hitting Blob for 4. Now we're going to play Cyclops, exhaust Utopia to ready Phoenix. And then after Cyclops enters play, place 2 counters on Phoenix Force. So Cyclops is out there. We are going to have Storm, Thwart 2 here, and we're gonna move 2 over to the Anachronauts. We got 1 more on the Brotherhood. Let's use, I've already used my counter here. I'm gonna just say that I'm gonna put exhausted if I've already used the counter, because there is a limit. So let's toss chance and counter for clear the area to take out the Brotherhood. One of these goes away. We get to draw a card, and then we'll exhaust Skilled Investigator to draw a second card. Telekinetic Attack. Okay. Let's go ahead and toss Downtime in one way or another to play Team Building Exercise, so we'll get that back out onto the table. Storm is dead. Anachronauts has 2. I can take care of the Anachronauts, but I don't want to shuffle all of those back in. But I also don't want to be doing an extra encounter card, because I don't think we've seen my obligation yet, which actually may be a good reason to shuffle everything back in, because the obligation coming out now is not great. But, okay, well, let's go ahead and have Cyclops take 2. We'll have Phoenix take 1. And then we will toss a telekinetic attack for clear the area to take 2. That clears. We're going to shuffle each temporal card back into the deck. Got 1. It's a lot of them. 2, 3, 4. Get those minions back. Okay, we'll draw a card. Telepathic Trickery. Okay, we're gonna hang on to this. And we will ready up. Cyclops needs a damage. Alrighty. So we'll draw into Psychic Blast. Telekinetic Attack. Here we go. Now we're talking. Telekinetic Shield again, 2/4. Nice. Okay, and Telepathic Trickery. Alrighty, let's go. We're gonna place 1 here. Blob is going to attack. We'll have Blindfold take it. It's going to be 2 plus the villain is Pyro. It is not, so 2 plus 1. Blindfold is gone. And then our encounter card is going to be King's Chosen. Insight 1. Ooh, we're close to that. When revealed, discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until a temporal minion is... When revealed, discard 1 card at random from your hand. So we will re-roll a 6, 4. Oh no, we lost our shield. Ah. Okay. So we have some threat to worry about. So let's go ahead and team building exercise. Remove 1 from Phoenix Force to play Telepathic Trickery. Remove 4 threat from a scheme. Then if we have the Unleash trait, which we do, stun and confuse an enemy. So that's going to be Blob. He's at 12. Okay. Let's go ahead and... We're going to hang on to Psychic Blast. Let's use Team Building Exercise, toss Telepathic Trickery to play Telekinetic Attack. Deal 7 damage to an enemy. If you have the Unleash trait, which we do, the attack deals 2 additional damage and gains Overkill. So it's going to be 9 damage. So 5 here, and then 4 rolls over to Blob. We're going to hit Blob for 3. 4. So he's down to 4. So we can take him, we can push him next turn. So we'll have Cyclops attack and take 2 there. We're going to hang on to the Blast. We're going to flip down to Jean Grey. And we will use White Hot Room to heal 1. All right, we're ready. We'll draw into Phoenix Firebird, the power in all of us. Genius, it's too much money, 2/4. And strength. Oh, we get 1 more card. Psychic Manipulation does not help because he is confused. Man, that is strong. Yeah, it's a lot of damage for 3 cost. So we're going to place 1 here. Blob is going to scheme, but he's confused. Then we get an encounter card. Anachronauts. Shuffle each temporal card in the encounter discard pile back into the encounter deck. That comes in with 3. So it's our turn now. I think we still have 1, 2. I actually don't know if we have another. I guess it doesn't hurt to. For some reason I can't remember if we... Oh, we did put Banshee in there. Okay, I guess we'll take Banshee. There's no reason to not take Banshee. We may not play Banshee, but at least it's a money for us. I should be ready. Alrighty. Actually, we will definitely play Banshee. We have so much money in our hand. Yeah, that's gonna be great. So Jean Grey, we will use White Hot Room to give 1 counter here to Phoenix Force. We will flip up to Phoenix. We will take Strength and Genius to play Banshee. So whenever Banshee thwarts Confuse a minion, actually before Banshee comes into play, I'm going to attack and kill Blob. And then Pyro comes out. Pyro comes out with toughness, and then I will have, when Banshee comes in, I'm going to use Utopia to ready Phoenix. So Pyro comes in with toughness. He's the one who does a lot of that indirect damage, which we are not a huge fan of. Should use Jean first to trigger Utopia. Thank you. Yes, yes. It may take me a little bit, but we're getting there. Okay, so Phoenix goes there. Pyro comes in with 14 health. Okay, so we will hit for 4. We will hit for 3. We will hit for 3. And then we will use one of these to play Phoenix Firebird. Cyclops actually dies, so we remove 2 counters. To play Phoenix Firebird, that whole thing did not. I did that out of order, which is fine, but what I should have done is I should have not attacked with Cyclops, used Phoenix Firebird first, so I could have ready Phoenix, but it's fine because we have these 2 we can toss for a Psychic Blast to deal 4 damage to the villain. So that's gonna, oh, we have Tough, so prevent 3 of that. Yeah. Okay, so we'll just have said Psychic Blast takes the Tough. That was a misplay there. Let's see what happens. Like, I know we could have, if we had done it correctly, we would have had Phoenix ready to take care of that last, but let's just play it out. Let's just see what happens. We're gonna toss power on all of us. We're gonna draw into one way or another. Psychic Manipulation, From the Ashes, Mind Control, and one way or another. So we're going to place 1 threat here. Pyro is going to attack for 0 plus a boost card. We're going to take it. So Star, give this enemy a tough status card and another boost card. The other boost card is +2. So we'll take 2. And we discard the top 2 cards of our deck. 1, 2, and take 2 indirect damage. We'll take 1 on Banshee and 1 on me. Then we got 2 encounter cards coming in at us. We've got discard an ally or support you control. We'll toss a team building exercise. And we've got a Sir Rastin guard and retaliate 1. Okay, well this actually does make it harder. Hilarious. So poorly done. So we got guard here and then retaliate 1. Well, this made this game a lot longer. Mind control the guard. They're elite. Both of them are elite. It would have been cool, Would have been really cool. But no, they're both elite, unfortunately. We are at 6. Guard needs to go here. Let us... Oh, Pyro has 1 damage because I have Retaliate. 1 more damage. The Tough came afterwards. No, the Tough actually came from the boost card, so he doesn't have a Tough card. Yeah, so no Tough because my Retaliate knocked off the Tough. Okay, well, not quite sure what this last card is. Let's go ahead and thwart 2 off of here. When Banshee thwarts, confuse a minion. So we will confuse this guy. I'm going to thwart this last one. So shuffle all of the temporal cards back, which I think are just those 2. Yeah, because we just did that. So we're going to get those back. This is gone. Skilled Investigator triggers, which we get to draw the power on all of us. Does not help. We get an encounter card. Let's go ahead and toss these 3 for Rise from the Ashes. We'll flip down White Hot Room to give us 1 counter. Actually, we're going to hang on to power on all of us and play Psychic Manipulation and toss Psychic Manipulation instead. That way we can go tutor Storm. Finally caught a stream. Good morning. How's it going? You caught it right after a pretty big blunder, which extended the game significantly. Alrighty, so yeah, we're good there. So we'll ready. Hang on to these cards. We'll draw into... Actually, no, we're not going to hang on to one way or another. We'll draw into Team Building Exercise, Mind Control, Banshee, Genius 2, 4, 5, and a Cyclops. Alrighty. Okay, so placing 1 here. Pyro is going to scheme for 2 plus boost. Discard 1 card at random from your hand. This gives this enemy another boost card. So we will roll the die. Got 2. Team Building Exercise is gone. Another boost card, 2. The villain is Toad. It is not. So it's a 3 total. And then Sir Rastin's going to actually push us. We're going to flip this card. The Atrium. Each character gains steady. So this is actually not confused anymore. Okay. Then we get an encounter card. We're resolving 2. Death Knot 9000. And Burning Hunger. If you have the Unleashed trait, search the encounter deck, discard pile, and set aside area for Dark Phoenix and Revealer. Then remove Burning Hunger from the game. Okay, so this is happening. Consume the World comes in with an Amplify and a Dark Phoenix. So steady, toughness, and villainous. This comes in with 6. If this reaches 12, we lose the game. Well, then we can pretend it didn't happen. It was just a timing thing. Like, the game would have been over. We would have won. And now, I don't know if we win this. It's getting a little crazy. Yeah, it's getting crazy now. Alrighty. So we will, and on our turn, we'll use White Hot Room to give us 1 counter here. We'll use Cerebro to go tutor a ally, which I think will be Storm. Yeah. Yeah, that went downhill real quick. very, very quickly. So we got Storm now. I'm going to flip up. We're going to hit Sir Rastin for 3. And I'll take a damage because he has Retaliate. This got insane. This got so bad. Okay, we will use 1 from Phoenix Force, team building exercise, and mind control to play Cyclops. So we will exhaust Utopia and ready Phoenix. We get to place 2 counters on Phoenix Force. We will swing at Sir Rastin again, taking 1 more retaliate damage to kill Sir Rastin. I think we have it though. He has 4 health. Yeah, we have it. So we'll toss Storm, Power and All of Us, and Genius for a Banshee. And then we will have both Cyclops and Banshee hit Pyro, who no longer has guard, to take him down to 0. Okay, well that went crazy. Hey, Charity Board Gamer. I like the HP tracker. Need to show off how you... Oh yeah, I'll definitely talk to you about how we did that. Yep. Does Phoenix have a card where she just destroys the whole planet? She is capable of, in the comments. I'm not saying you need it now, but it'd be nice. Yes, and it's this one. So Phoenix's Nemesis is the worst Nemesis that we've seen in the game. So what happens is Dark Phoenix comes out and you put Consume the World in. Whenever Dark Phoenix schemes, it goes to Consume the World. It starts with 6. If you ever hit 12 on Consume the World, you lose the game. The game is over. So it adds an alternate loss condition because you just consume the world here. Okay, well that got crazy. That was way crazier than I thought it was going to be. So we got leadership next. Well, that is just yeah. It's something that if you're bringing Phoenix, who is a very powerful hero, really strong hero, if you're bringing her to the table in a multiplayer game and you pull out Consume the World with this Amplify icon too, people, that's just rude. That's just very rude. Alrighty, so we got 1 more game with Phoenix. It's gonna be leadership. I'm gonna go be right back, clean up a little bit, and be back in just a couple of minutes.